Then you have Pallet Group Management. Pallet Group Management is used when you have pricing that you sell based on pallets. Let's make the field smaller. You can see here what we've done is we've set up a group with Gatorade. Where you can have these different items can be consolidated for pricing. If you buy a pallet of Gatorade, you can mix and match these different item numbers, and it will then accumulate the total number of items in a pallet group and then go through and reprice it. Because you may have only ordered 2 cases of blue Gatorade, but you get a price break at 48 cases. So if the sum of all the cases adds up to 48, the system then goes back and updates the price for the line with 2 cases to the 48 case discounted quantity. That's your pallet grouping. You can also do the same thing in product lines, but product lines allow you, in the case of batteries, to say use the cumulative number of batteries within a product line in order to price each of the individual items. So OFM could use that if you have respawn chairs where someone can buy multiple respawn chairs and you want to give them the price discount based on the total number of respawn chairs, even though they don't qualify for the price quantity discount based on each individual line. Okay. Let's see. Anything else in here that's... The other stuff has to deal with pricing, so we won't look at that. Let's see where else we have static information. We looked at buying groups. We have a separate ship to management here where you can manage all of your ship to addresses at once instead of just by customer. That's useful if you need to find a specific ship to address and then figure out what customer it belongs to. Okay. Okay, those are pretty... Okay, let's go to Bin Master. That's the last one on the catalog. Bin Master management lets you manage the Bin Master records, which are the bin types. So this lets you say this bin has a class, a format, an access method. Access method is used if it's in a cage or if it's a very high bin that needs a special tall forklift to get to, any restrictions on it, what level it is in your pallet structure, a default, whether you delete the bin records when it's empty. This allows you to say, in this bin type, we only allow one item number in a bin. The default is you can have a bin, which may be a shelf location, and you can have more than one item number in that bin. This restricts it to only one item number. If you have this checked, then it only lets you use bins of this type if they're pre-set up. It won't let you create bins on the fly. You can have status defaults for these bins. This is an active bin. This is a bin that you don't commit inventory out of during the picking process. usually for damaged or restricted items. Then this is the bin a pallet a default, so that when you create a bin, it defaults properly, and then count information. Then you've got some size information for this bin type. What's the maximum weight? What's the depth, width, height, elevation, and then some code fields. So this lets you, if you have different bin categories in your warehouse, you may have a section where you store pallets, and these pallets are 4 or 5 levels high. This tells you that if you have stuff on the highest level, that your normal forklift won't pick it, and it has to be picked using a special forklift that's usually used for long-term storage or for bulk, that you bring it down and then move it to a consumption bin. It lets you specify that these bins can only take a certain weight, or you can only put certain volume of goods into them, and help you in a highly automated warehouse. So we've only got a couple of minutes left. Let's open the floor for any questions, any comments. If not, I thank you for your attendance, patience, and participation, or at least Mary, who asked some questions.
I did have one other question now. I thought about it. So is there a way to have a group, like we have e-commerce customers and then we have dealers, some, mom and pop shops, and they can't buy the same things. So in the catalog management, is there a way to say, okay, category customer e-commerce, let's say, and category customer dealer, do you code it by item, I would think?
That's done with PACS, P-A-C-S. But the answer is yes. You can restrict customers to that they can only purchase different product lines. You can do it through the buying groups. Yeah, the system's been around 30 years, so it can do just about anything. In fact, we tend to get a little embarrassed when somebody comes up with something it doesn't do,